The price of Bitcoin keeps absolutely dipping, and the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, it's at the lowest it's ever been in its history, recording a 5 just a few days ago. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you indicators like the RSI and the Rainbow Price Indicator, as well as the halving cycles, because it proves that when you look at technicals, this is the absolute best time to buy Bitcoin, and your fear should be converted to greed while everybody else is fearful. This is the Basement Index. Let's get into it. Good afternoon, you guys. This is the Debasement Index. My name is Angel Rios, and this is a channel solely focused on building capital in a fiat world together. Now, let's get into today's video because I feel like it's really going to put some perspective for some people. And I just want to go ahead and get right into it with you guys. So this first chart that I'm going to show you guys is the Bitcoin halving cycle. Now, a lot of people during this last bull market were saying, hey, the 4-year Bitcoin cycle, the halving cycle is over. That's a thing of the past, so on and so forth. And that drawdown from 126,000 from the all-time highs to where we're at right now at about 64,000, it's just showing you that the 4-year halving cycle is not over. It's still very much intact. And it's something that we can pretty much rely on to figure out bottoms and tops. So as we look deeper into the 4-year halving cycle, the 4-year Bitcoin cycle, we can look at several indicators, okay? And those indicators are going to be the following. We can look at RSI, okay? That's a relative strength index, okay? That's what it stands for, and it kind of shows you when Bitcoin is oversold and how it bounces back from oversold territory and when Bitcoin is overbought. The other indicator that we're going to look at today is the Fear and Greed Index and how it correlates to Bitcoin's price. And that is one that is going to be, in my opinion, very, very useful for some people. And you're going to see where we're at now today. And the other one is the Rainbow Price Projection, which Bitcoin has pretty much stayed within those boundaries since its inception. And it gives us kind of a forward-looking outlook on when Bitcoin and where it's going to be next in the next 5 to 10 years, give or take. Now, again, remember, none of this is investment advice. This is for your entertainment purposes only. However, I'm really excited about this video. So after looking at this 4-year Bitcoin halving cycle chart, let's go ahead and get into the other indicators that might point and do point to when Bitcoin is going to start its next rally. Let's take a look at the RSI index, which is the Bitcoin Relative Strength Index. As you guys see here on this chart, when it's topping, that always indicates, so you see the green dots at the top, that always indicates oversold territory, okay? And when it's at absolute bottoms in the red, you see a bottom in 2015, you see a bottom in 2019, and you see a bottom in between 2022 and 2023, which is when we were in that long projected coin winter. Well, now we're actually in that same level territory, actually a little bit lower than all the other bottoms before. So what does this tell me? That Bitcoin is now in oversold territory. Now, does this mean that Bitcoin is not going to go down to 50,000 or 40,000 or maybe, jump between 30 and 40,000 for a little while? No, it doesn't mean that. I'm not going to make an exact price prediction. But what these charts, yes, and these indicators are telling us is that Bitcoin, specifically this one, is that Bitcoin is already in oversold territory, meaning when you purchase Bitcoin now, every single sat that you purchase with dollars, you are purchasing at a discounted price, okay? So very, very important. Now, the next indicator that I want to show you guys is the Fear and Greed Index. So fear and greed right now is sitting at 11, so still in extreme fear territory. But here, this is the Bitcoin price. Yes, and each dot represents whether the market was sitting in extreme fear, in extreme greed, or neutral. As you can see, during every single rally, there's a lot of green dots, yes, because people are getting greedy. And that's where most of retail purchases is mid to end of bull cycle. Okay, so they're always buying the top because when the price of Bitcoin is going down, they see it as a bad investment. It's not. Yes, that is the time when you buy and you earn those returns and you earn your stripes as a Bitcoin investor, as a Bitcoiner. So as you see now here on the right, we're sitting in extreme fear, absolutely extreme fear. And historically, based on this chart, the times of extreme fear have been the best time to buy in Bitcoin. So I urge you, while the market is fearful, go ahead and be greedy, because this is where we make absolutely outstanding returns, and this is where you beat the market. Now, this next chart shows us a price prediction for Bitcoin. Okay, it's called the rainbow chart. And this chart here, Bitcoin has stayed within the parameters of this chart since its inception, or since it was getting tracked in 2010. All right. So what this chart is telling us is that after each Bitcoin halving, okay, there's a bull run and then there's a drawdown, but it's always identified by higher highs and lower lows over the long run. Now, if I tell you what these numbers say here for me on the screen, because you guys have a screenshot, just bear case scenario. In 2028, and this has been very consistent, in 2028, if we do just kind of like a neutral case scenario, if in 2028 is between the yellow, if it's in the yellow, it's at $500,000. And if it's in the green, it's at $371,000. If we move to 2032 halving, well, Bitcoin in yellow is at $1.3 million, so 1.3 million. In the green, it's in $1 million. If we go to 2036, yellow is going to be 3.1 million and green is going to be 2.5 million. And if we go to 2040, the yellow is 6.4 million and the green is 5.3 million. So again, until Bitcoin breaks these patterns, I'm gonna trust these patterns because they've held true over time. And what the charts are telling me and what the indicators are telling me is that right now it is the absolute best time to be buying Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes down to 50,000, I'll continue to buy. If Bitcoin goes down to 40,000, I'll continue to buy. And obviously, if Bitcoin goes to 30,000, I will continue to buy, and not just buy, but smash buy as much of the Bitcoin as I can, because it is my personal belief that Bitcoin is going to go a lot higher from here. I'm a Bitcoiner at heart. I believe in Bitcoin. And so far, its thesis, its use case, and also its price movement when compared to fiat, in this case dollars, has held true within these indicators. So again, guys, the main message of this video is use this time to accumulate more cheap Bitcoin, because you're going to thank yourself 2-3 years from now when you're getting those outsized returns of 200, 300,000, and be ready to kick some butt in the market and feel good about yourself. Nobody feels good in a bear market, okay? But you'll feel good, and you can tell several people I told you so whenever you're proven correct and your thesis is proven correct. So again, guys, this is the Debasement Index. My name is Angel Rios, and this is a channel solely focused on building capital, Bitcoin, in a fiat world together. Have a great day, you guys. See you on the next one.